total chaos in Madrid with the late mistake from Bortonetta and Todd pile up with the race flag and the race win on the line for Northshore Orlando.
Welcome to the Madring. It's qualifying day here in Madrid and time to see who'll get that all-important pole on this brand new track.
As we now waited for the qualifier to begin, we got the rather standing show the Charlotte lead of the championship by 3 points ahead of Lando, and the meeting we had with Ferrari having me be a teammate with Charles Leclerc, but I have not proved enough to be the Ferrari just yet. Hey, it makes it 2-2. Wow, I'm now sluttering. Oh my god.
Time to get going then, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to the Madring. Who's going to take victory today for the Spanish Grand Prix? So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Hamilton.
While waiting for the lid to get settled in, I want to have a chat about the upgrade because there ain't nothing coming in this weekend, which means we are sitting that right to the back, which explains why the Haas had ended up slugging in qualifying around Madrid. Of course, it's everybody's third time on the track. Everybody gonna have a very weird feeling, but let's find out what can Haas do and what everybody else should do.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Right, we're getting ready to back on to the mountain. Hopefully we do pretty good. It's going to be medium to hard. But let's see what we can do with that. We're now getting ready to line up to the grid. Hopefully we'll have a much more positive take and race result this weekend compared to the last one. Let's see what we can do. We now waited for 5 red light is now underway for the third time here at Madrid, with Lando Norris leading the front of a fantastic start with Piastri starting short Russell in third, and we got both Williams and Red Bull are having a battle with Max Verstappen in P7, but we can see Carlos side go for the move, and Carlos side take the P7 with Hadjar remain behind of Max Verstappen, P9 and Danny going for the move on the outside of Sergio Perez. It just fantastic overtake there by Danny. It's now going to be chasing after the Audi, but can Danny fires away to make a good racing and potentially put himself into a point, despite the fact that he's not in the best car to do that at the moment, which unfortunately, because in the beginning of the season we were seeing so much positive side of Danny, but the second part of the season it started to die out, which is bad, especially if he wants to move to Ferrari. Speaking of Ferrari, we got Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton in P4 and 5, with Antonelli behind in P6. The racing is now already going underway, with everybody seeming to be doing really well in the first lap. No contact and no incident as well, especially in lap 1. There's always a chaos happening, but this time there ain't nothing, and everybody seems to be doing really well on this track, and I have to be honest, it does make me feel like Monaco, not Prix with Saudi Arabia, Russia and Valentina. It's a very real track, but seeing everybody in their practice section and qualifying, they all seem to be having a handle of the track, which is very good. I will now see George Russell going for the move on the outside of the Piastri to take the second place, and Hamilton did the same on Charles Leclerc, and we can see Danny going for the move on the outside, inside now of Bortonetta, but he backed out, which is very good choice, and good save from Danny. That was a fantastic save, got on the power quite quickly, but he managed to hold it really well and hold it loud, and started again chased off at the Audi and we got parallel behind, but it doesn't seem like the pressure is getting to Danny. It's more like the pressure of him trying to get the Audi because he knows how much it took for him to try and prove his word to be able to make a move to Ferrari, and again on board with Ferrari, with Charles Leclerc on the move of Lewis Hamilton and behind, which is see slower and parallel are having a fight, and there's 5 cars behind are having their own battle, which is very comfortable for Danny because he can pull away and not worry about having the pressure from the behind, which is very good. So the breathing room is there, and Danny is focused ahead of the Audi. That's all he needs to do with Behrman, who's in P20 at the moment. Just seems like not himself at the moment, which is really unfortunate. But we're now on board with Danny as he goes around the band, and he's now going for the move on the outside of Nico Hülkenberg as they now join side by side. Going the one of my favourite part of the track. Can he typically, or will Hülkenberg do something? No, he does not. Danny's through to move up into P60 and now starts chasing off for Hülkenberg teammate Gabby Bortoletto. But we're now coming to the end of lap 3 into lap 4 at yellow. It now goes for the move on the outside of Lewis Hamilton. 2 tyre strategy differences. Hamilton on soft and at yellow on a medium. What is the result going to be like for those two, especially the stop tyre will burn out very quickly, and so will the medium, but that's how he felt with the practice section. But they join side by side with Hamilton now through on Kimi Attielli, but will Attielli finds a way apart? No, he does not. He stays behind Lewis Hamilton. Fantastic job. But what we know now, Lewis Hamilton is now at risk of losing his seat at the Ferrari, and potentially to Danny, who knows what's going to happen as we now got Max Verstappen on the move of Toro's side, and we are seeing a lot of battle between Williams and the Red Bull. It's very weird, but I'm here for it as side return back ahead on Max Verstappen, take the P7 back at Max Verstappen to have the structure behind. But Matt, we know it's not enjoying the car whatsoever as we now got Charles Leclerc diving into the pit to put a new tyre on. It's going to be a hard tyre, but Leclerc, I think, is no longer contender for the championship, unfortunately. And we got Piastri behind as well. Botton and Leclerc going to go out on a hard tyre. We also have Hamilton in to get rid of this soft tyre. I was seeing some drivers staying out like a medium tyre runner, and Piastri, unfortunately, as you can see later in lap 7, it's been blocked by Sergio Perez. How much of impact will that have on him? And Perez locked up. Oh, that's the big one for the Piastri. Sergio locked up will not be able to hold Piastri behind, even though he's not doing it on purpose. But Piastri needs to try to get the fast as possible, not to lose too much time to the cars ahead, especially with the likes of Russell, who took the advantage of it, and we can see Danny in the pit change the tyre. Oh, that was tough. I tried to lock in, you know what I mean? I was trying my best to lock in. We need to just stop. Well, we can see the live timing of Danny in the bot. We now got Russell, who is in P5 and likely to be able to come out on top of being the lead of one way, but he got Bortoletto ahead of him. Will he lose time as he gain on to Bortoletto with Fernando the Colapito in P2 and Hajar in P1, and Russell is now joined up into the lead, but Lando Norris, unfortunately, had caught up to Russell, but very good chance to score some big points this weekend. At Lando Norris won't try to get past Russell and Charles Leclerc, who currently in P4. This is the big deal for their championship, because Charles Leclerc would need Russell to try to hold Lando back. So Charles Leclerc enjoying the fight, but will that be possible or not? As we now see Danny going through turn 1 and 2, heading turn 3 and getting ready to go ahead. Yes!
Come on!
Overtaking Gabby Bortoletto, which means the undercut paid off for Danny, even though the strategy of the Haas had told him to come in, so maybe the Haas had finally finally learned a lesson not to make a mistake and told Danny to listen to what they are saying, because right now Danny got the opportunity to maybe score some points. We don't know. It all depended on how lucky he can be to try and catch them ahead, to try and challenge for the P10, but can he do it or not? We now got Matt Verstappen, who's behind both Williams. Podium forcing for Matt Verstappen as we now heading into lap 15. Matt going side by side with Alex Albon about turn 1 and 2. To Matt Verstappen get new or not. It looks like he won't, as Albon the main ahead. But he now got the boost mode, which means Matt can get new quite easily, and it looks like he does. Matt goes to take the P8, and here it's the replay of Sergio Perez, who has locked up on Victoria. In fact, he locked up twice, and now back on board with Matt Verstappen in a weird situation. He had now got no fun wing attachment. You can see the wing, but it's not the attachment that holds it. What is going on there for Matt Verstappen car? Have we now got a green flag? There's a flag being waved somewhere. Oh, it bores in that toe. Oh no. What happened to Bordeaux? He stopped in the middle of the track. I can only guess that he spun the car around and held up everybody behind as they now finally got going back.
Okay,
Oh!
red flag, no overtaking, and let's get back into the pits, please.
Dad, I mean, we were chasing after Fernando. We were gonna get him, and then we were. At least to keep me 2 more laps, I would have clapped Fernando. But Section 10 is here with
Okay,
stop
we've done all
tire.
right so far.
Yep,
This is a
it's
chance.
the red flag, and here's a replay how it happened. Bordenactor was behind Holtenberg, and he just somehow spun the tire there here and over accelerating. Seems like it's very unfortunate. So we got 3 to lead up to so on the first one with fuel save, and then the lap 2 we push it maybe, but we don't fight.
Away in just a moment. Stand by.
And now waiting for 5 red light to go underway for the second time, and it's now on way, and we go with Russell, who's in the lead with Lando Norris behind, but Russell gets off fantastic start. I was into Danny tried to for the move, but he had the back tire for a moment, and there's another flag, and we got Leroy, Red Bull, and Danny, and it's Matt Verstappen with the smoke. It's the mechanical failure and Ollie Behrman with mechanical failure and Danny going for the move on either hand jar, and it takes the P11. Oh my god, what a move from Danny to get himself up into P11, but now this is a big opportunity to try to take down Pierre Gasly. Can he achieve it as we far forward into lap 19 already? Things had already started settled out, but not the top lane, as we now got side by side with Lando Norris and Russell at the fight through the circuit, and Russell stayed ahead of Lando Norris, trying to take his first win of this season, and Gasly currently P9 ahead of Arvid Lindblad with Danny behind in P11, but the gap is not enough. It's not close enough for Danny to try and catch Arvid Lindblad. What can Danny do? Can he catch him in time at going out of the band? Absolutely fantastic part of the track. It's one of the most beautiful part of the circuit, in my opinion, of tour. I will now start the final lap with Sean Russell, who is leading the race, and he could be looking into really his third long plan this season, and Madrid will get his third winner as well. So what can Russell do? Can Lando Norris maybe catch him or not? It seems like maybe no. The gap is just bigger enough for Russell to stay ahead of Lando Norris. So Russell is definitely on his way to win this long plan. Everybody, I'm telling you, everybody is on this stop tyre. And now got Taylor side P7, Albon P8, and no Red Bull, because Danny had managed to pull back out the Hadjar, but of course Hadjar was just outside the point as well. But what an overtake Danny did, and we're now on board with Arda Hadjar, who now is chasing after Danny, going for the move on the inside. He managed to pull up on the long side, with Danny watching them both do, going side by side as we now approach to the last couple corner Danny on the outside tried to squeeze a little bit on Arthur Hatcher, and Russell win the Madrid for the third time, and Lando Sutton with Arthur Piastri finishing third. Oh,
That's the end of the
wow.
race. We'll see you in park
He
car
left us,
eight.
wasn't it? Yep. Better than BP12 or P50, let's be honest. Oh, missed got a point, man.
And the best of British and the best on the track. It's George Russell who wins.
Such an important victory at this stage of the season. Any points you can achieve to go towards the table is really going to mean a lot to the team. So well done as they prepare for the end of the season.
And once all the hard work is over, and after lap of brilliant racing, it's time now to celebrate with our podium trio. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell.
Wow, what a race we have seen this weekend. Brilliant one. And Russell comes out on top. Fantastic job with Lando Sutton. Piastri in third, but here the championship now another. It's now 5 points ahead of Chao with McLaren and a construction a pretty much pulling away very, very well. But wow, I was entertained by this long run. I'm hoping we can see more of it in the future, but not with the disappointing performances by the Haas. But can Danny find his way back on form? Or will Ollie do the same, or both do the same because we need it? Let's find out in the next episode. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It makes the video do well if I appreciate it, and peace out.